How? Right. A few words upon aiming. Aiming, yes. No, I'm nobody to tell anybody how to do anything. It's like, you know, this is how you aim. You know, you do this and you do that and you do the other. Right? No, it's not. Aiming is a bit more subjective than that. It's a little bit sort of like down to the individual as far as I'm concerned. Now, people years ago tried to teach me how to aim with a bow and arrow, and I just had to sort of discount everything they said and just carry on doing what I do because I hit the target. So if you're hitting the target, something's right. Okay. Technically, it might be, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing everything wrong. But as long as this pointy bit hits the target, then what's there to worry about? Now, one of the things I find about actually becoming a good shot is actually to shoot a lot of arrows, lots of arrows. Now, if you want to get really, really good and get really on your game, is say if you say right, okay, I'm gonna go out for 5 days and shoot 100 arrows a day at say 30 yards to a target, and I'm going to move about so it's not always the same shot. It's every time you shoot from a different shot. Um, so you have to readjust your aim every time. You can't just sort of say, I'm going to stand on exactly the same spot, do exactly the same thing with exactly the same arrow, virtually like it's been tuned and balanced and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah. If you get good doing that, like, if somebody throws you a curveball, then not really, you think. So basically, don't worry about your arrows being perfectly tuned. It's not about that from my perspective. This, from where I'm standing, I've, it's never been about that for me, about having everything perfect and everything like that. You should be able to feel the arrow as it goes into your bow and adjust your shot to suit the arrow that you're shooting. It's the archer, not the bow and arrow. It's always the archer. Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Got a bloody Gert splinter in my right the way through. No, not just a little splinter. It went wham straight the way through, and it took getting the bastard out was quite an operation. End up in hospital getting the bastard out. They had to cut it and drag it out. But anyway, one of the things that I've found with regards to aiming is very similar to I did lots of kickboxing. I did lots of training, lots of martial arts and things like that when I was younger and fitter. And if when you go in the ring, and you're in the ring and you're fighting somebody, right? Okay, you see a target and you hit it. You don't think about it. You don't think, well, I'm going to do a such and such and such and such kick with a so and so thing. You don't think about that. Like, you just see a target and you go for it, and you hit it. And I found that in fighting, like even in the playground when I was a kid, because I did boxing as well when I was a very young kid, and I found that as long as I could see the target, I could hit it, and that would win you more fights than you would lose. But the other thing is, one of the things when you go in the ring, which is very similar to this, is if you're going into a fight and your mindset isn't right, you're going to lose that fight. Yeah, and you can go in and your mindset's you think, and you go in and you've got everything ready and you think, but your mind isn't there. You're there, everything's there, there's nothing wrong anywhere, but your mind's not right. You've lost the fight. And unless you're fighting somebody who is sort of like, in a worse condition than you are mentally, like, usually most people, when you find them in the ring, they get to the ring, they're keyed right up, like, they're ready for it, like, so, yeah. And the same thing with art, if you've not got the right headspace, you're not going to hit your target. Yeah, yeah. And if you go like the same thing is if you go in the ring, and you see, and you've got you're not 100% there physically, but your head's right. Your head is just right. I'm going to win this. I'm not going to lose today. I'm going to win. Yeah, there's just no question about this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it right. And you get away with it. Yeah. Same thing with this. And what I do with my aiming, I don't think about anything except the target when I shoot. You just eyeball the target. Like, say, if you were the target to me now, right? Okay, I'd be eyeballing you. I come back here and I eyeball you like that. I got you now. I got you. You're shot now. You're shot now because I can see you. I can see you, and I'm gonna put that straight there, and that's gone. See that? That was going straight for you. You couldn't have escaped that. Okay, because I got it. I've got the eyeball there. The eyeball's there, and I'm looking at you. Can you feel that? Okay, and that's what you've got to do for your target and feel it. You're not going to hit every time, and do not ever be too hard on yourselves. You know, I mean, I've had some real rubbish days shooting recently, really rubbish. You know, I couldn't hit, you know, a shithouse door from 3 yards. Couldn't do it. But, you know, take a bit of time thinking that was my first shot of the day when I came here. I'm going to go off and shoot now. Okay, I'll probably shoot, you know, lose a few and everything. But peace and love. Just get out and shoot, and don't worry about it. But eyeball the target. Just eyeball the target. Just look at that target. And when you've got that target in your sights, when you can see it, when you've got it linked in, your hand will come to it and you will go like that and you will smash that target. Peace.